All right. Here is the interview for November 2024. Gotta make sure I say the year. Um, my name is Mambo TND, and I got here Shifty, our current champion of November 2024. Thank you for joining.
Of course, of course. Thank you for having me.
Uh, we had a lot of issues arranging this. Uh,
Yeah,
Definitely
a
not a
little bit.
month late. Definitely. Yeah,
Yeah. We are in a different year than the tournament took place in at this point, but it's fine.
yeah, it'll be fine. All right. So let's uh let's get this going. All right. So tell me about it. How do you feel that you're now a four-time champ?
I mean, like hell yeah. That was my that was my main like I guess inspiration for wanting to do well in November because Shuda had just hit four
Right.
wins and like he just passed me like I gotta catch up now.
Yeah, I think I remember.
I can't let him do that. So yeah, I had to get to four wins. Um, it felt damn good.
Not gonna let him be at the top that long, dude.
No,
Was it? I'm pretty sure in the last interview with him, he was saying the same thing. He's like, Shifty's now has to catch up.
yeah, he did. He said he wasn't gonna try until I caught up to him, and then he'll start
Bro.
trying to win again. So I can't give him a break.
Oh, that's funny. Um, Wait. So you're the only two with four wins, right?
Yeah.
And that cruise, the cruise? How do you say cruise? I don't know. Uh, I'm just gonna cruise for now. Um,
Oh, the
the
cruise. Yeah.
cruise. Yeah. How many champions do they have? Do you remember?
It's a good question. I'm pretty sure it's two.
Two?
I think
Didn't
it's
they
two.
win no, not recently.
I mean, I could look, but they were like uh the OG champion. They won the first tour ever.
Yeah, like they won the previous one to April, right? The March.
Yeah, that's right. They won March, and I don't think they won one since. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just looked through
All right. But they're probably the next. I mean, Typhon has one or two
one. He won January,
in January.
and then
Okay. I don't know why I thought that Typhon had like two, but I stand
yeah,
corrected
Cruz
anyways.
is next closest.
I
Although to be honest, I think like the fact that he doesn't have more than two by now is just because of him not playing every tour. Because like that guy is very hard to prep for.
Cruz,
I'm scared of him a bit. Yeah.
for what I've heard, yeah.
He shows up with the most random shit on his team and then he just makes it work.
I mean, they were in finals, right? For what was it? September, right? It was Turtle and
September.
Cruz.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably because of that tournament is the reason why I'm like in my head thinking, oh yeah, they probably have like two or three. No, that was just finals. All right, well,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Just two, but kind of an injustice that they don't have more.
basically, yeah. Uh,
And I say just two, like that's not one of the best in the server. But anyway,
right.
go on.
Yeah. Let's move on to the actual November meta. Um, Let me see if I could go ahead and pull this up real quick. Oops. All right, there you go. So tell me about it. What's your opinion on the November 2024 meta?
I think it's pretty good. I would put it in like my top five at least. It's not my favorite meta ever, but it's weird and I like it for that reason. It's got such wacky speed tiers that you got mons like Glaceon actually being fast in it. Like Specs Glaceon was one of my favorite mods to use because um it's actually fast somehow in that meta. But yeah, you got like two fast mons and then everything else is slow and then there's a million mons at base 85 speed tier. It's just weird, but yeah, I enjoyed it though.
A lot of bulky stuff, a lot of slow stuff, a lot of setup,
Yeah,
like
a lot of webs, a
a
lot
lot
of
of
setup.
webs. Um, I mean, wasn't Scarf Pincer essentially like one of the scariest threats?
Yeah, that was like on every team pretty much. You had a scarf because not only was it one of the scariest threats, it helped you deal with the other scary threats. Like Scarf Pincer could outspeed a +2 Turtonator. It could also outspeed a +1 Frostmoth and then hit it with a Rock Slide. So like Scarf Pincer was just hard not to put on your team.
Yeah, and if anything, it was also one of the better stealth rockers, which is
That's
which is
true.
also crazy.
It it's sad to say, but yeah, there were not good options.
There were definitely not good options.
I actually ran Stealth Rock on Scarf Pincer.
I mean, I don't blame you. It's like roll compression.
Yeah, like if I'm not gonna have Stealth Rock on my team regardless because I'm not running the
The guy,
terrible rockers,
like Gabite. I mean,
then I
Gabite
might
was
as well.
alright, I guess.
It was all right, kind of.
It's that or Trapinch, and it's like, no. I mean, doesn't Wigglytuff also get rocks?
Yeah,
I mean, that.
that was probably the best rocker,
Oh,
but Wigglytuff
Kecleon.
definitely it
Kecleon
doesn't.
also learned Stealth Rock.
Yeah, he got used for like 2 days.
Rock's Trick Room die.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, are there any other like what would you say were like the top threads? Like let's say the top five. What were the top five? So we got
Okay, hold
Pincer,
on. I need to pull up.
right?
Yeah, I need to remember this meta. Hold on. Let me turn on the extension real quick. But it's definitely like pincers up there. Turtonator,
Turnator.
Galvantula.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all in there. This was November. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we got things like Wishy Washy, Glaceon, Frostmoth. You got Araquanid.
Honestly, oh yeah, I would say Serena is also
Oh yeah, Serena.
top five.
Serena.
Very easy to put on teams.
Was it because of the rapid spin or
Yeah, spinner. And then it just had so many good moves like
U-turn,
knockoff U-turn.
triple axle?
You could run bulky with synthesis, or you could run offensive with power whip and triple axle. Um, honestly, if I were to put him on in the fifth slot, I swear I have a tier list somewhere, but I feel like Glaceon is honestly up there. It's really good. I think Drampo was also a little underrated.
Drampa looks like a mod that would have like done a number on your team.
Yeah, it would come out and then be impossible to kill for a couple turns, get like +3 special attack, and then just start it would take like 3 mons with it. I was a big fan of that. But yeah, anyway, top 5 mons, probably in no particular order. Galvantula, Pinsir, Zarina, um, Turtonator, and an unconfident Glaceon.
Unconfident guys.
Yeah, just because I personally like it.
Right. Okay. I mean, I think that's a pretty good list of the top five.
Okay, actually, no, I'll put Quillfish.
Well, that's
Quillfish was basically on
definitely.
every
I
team.
saw that in every team. Yeah. We forgot Quillfish for a second there.
Yeah.
So tell me, how would you say your how was your experience in the finals? Because that was a best of five. So usually we don't get best of five unless it's like intense.
That was yeah, that was an intense finals. Um, I have a habit of going down 2 games in the finals. Like, I did it before and then came back from it, I think in April. But yeah, that made it pretty damn intense. And in game 3, I started off the game with like losing 2 mons to an unexpected Specs Wigglytuff. Um, that I had given a competitive boost.
Competitive boost. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did not see that coming, and I thought I was fucked at that point. Like I thought I was just gonna lose 3-0. Um, and then yeah, that was the second half of that game, and the next 2 games were just so intense. Very fun set, honestly.
Um, it's not. I don't have it on the video, but I'm looking at it. You lost a Coolfish. You lost a Glaceon to the
To the
to the
Wigglytuff.
Wigglytuff.
Wait, what happened? What happened? You said you don't have a replay pulled
I don't
up?
have it showing. Um, but it
Oh,
was literally
okay. Wait.
turn one, and
Oh, yeah.
you literally led with the Coolfish. They predicted that, and they got the boost.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah,
stayed
I went into
in.
Glaceon.
You stayed in
Um,
to throw the toxic spikes. It got obliterated. And then you hit a freeze dry with a Glaceon to only bring it down to 32%. And the Glaceon proceeds to dying.
yeah. So I calced non-specs. And I was like, all right, I'll 2-hit KO it. I'll lose all the health of my Glaceon, but it'll be fine. Nope, that was specs. Because I think Quillfish would have died anyway. Didn't need to be specs because
Right.
that thing is not specially defensive at all.
Yeah. But Glaceon actually
Um,
is somewhat bulky.
yeah,
And that was not expected.
yeah, that no,
Oh
and
man.
that Glaceon would have been a menace. Look how like free freeze dry is as well.
You scared it out with the
I don't know.
pincer. And then you guys just proceeded doing back and forth. And it seems like
Yeah,
you ended game three with the Terminator sweep. By the way, game one was so sad.
was that the Reuniclus?
Yes.
Yeah, I had not really thought of that when I made the
They
team.
straight up only use Gorgeist. They sack their Araquanid and they just set up with the Reuniclus. And it just proceeds to win.
Hmm. Yeah, one iron defense and I couldn't touch it. Um, I had to resort to like haze Quillfish to get past that later, which is a pretty sketchy when it's a poison type that is weak to special attacks.
Mm.
But you know, he only had stored power, so it worked.
It seems like all the games in your finals averaged like 30 turns. Like it was 25 and 38. The like the max and the I mean the minimum
Yeah,
and the
I
max.
mean, sounds about right.
Is that would you say like that's the speed of that month?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, there weren't really stall teams or anything, so you wouldn't have games going super long. And then I feel like it was often just balance versus balance, which would come to around that. Yeah, people were run hyper offense though, but that's
Yeah.
true for any meta, I guess.
And I have here your victory card now. Do you want to talk about a little bit about your team?
Well, first of all, I would like to talk about the victory card because
Okay, we could do that.
it's a little confusing. I don't know, like no one questioned that. I guess I just put a bunch of random characters on the names and people just thought, "Oh yeah, it's just Shifty. He has brain damage. There's nothing going on there. He just had a stroke while writing the nicknames. I don't know, dude." But no, that wasn't random. I was hoping people would figure out that it's a puzzle. So
Did anybody
yeah,
ever figure
there's
it
a
out?
no one even
Oh
figured it
man.
out that like it was a puzzle. They didn't even
All
try
right.
to figure it out. So yeah, if you're listening to this, there's a puzzle in there. Go figure it out.
All right. It's a
But
challenge. Somebody needs to actually caption this video somewhere and like say, "Oh, I figured it out," and like just send it to
yeah,
send it to Shifty.
please please do. Um, I sent that I sent that puzzle to someone and they kind of told me I was out of my mind. So I don't know how legible it is when to to someone's brain that doesn't already know how to solve it. But I have faith. Someone will get it.
I will
Anyway,
say that Glaceon with just no period is pretty funny.
that does have meaning.
Like just no.
There's meaning to the puzzle
Is the sleeping
with that
Glaceon part
name.
of it?
No,
Okay.
the icons I just thought they were cute.
I was thinking like Glaceon's like saying no, I'm done. I'm out.
Well,
Anyways,
that's one way
tell
to
me
put
about the
that.
actual composition of the team.
Okay, I suppose I could talk about something actually relevant. All right. So the team was kind of built around toxic spikes on Quillfish,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing I realized towards the end of the month is like T spikes on Quillfish plus Goregeist to absolutely like just stop Serena, the most common spinner. Like if you went against this Serena team with that combo, they were just gonna get all of their mons poisoned because they can't do anything to Goregeist with with Serena, obviously. So you could spin lock them forever. And then Goregeist was also really good into Pinsir, which was on every team. So you could just kind of get free leech seeds, just be annoying, poison everything. Um, so I think that was a really good kind of core for the team. And then everything else, like Serena was kind of just my standard set. I loved Choice Band Spiritomb. Hold on. Actually, was that in the
No, not in the card, but you did bring it in game two.
hold on, which one is on the card?
This is the
Turtonator.
Turtonator,
Okay,
Rock Winded, and
I see.
Glaceon.
Because I have multiple
Yeah,
versions of the team that I
I
brought
think
to
the
finals.
game two was just get two mon difference.
So a Raccoonid, I had a bit of a weird set. I had Sash, Mirror Coat, Toxic Rest, Sticky Web, um, with full Spadef, and that was because stuff like Frostmoth was scary, and just special attackers in general. I didn't really have a special wall, so I was just like, oh yeah, this'll work. I'll just rely on mirror coat focus sash.
Just kill them.
It didn't work once,
Oh, for
I don't
real?
think. But all it really needed to do was set up sticky web in most matchups, so it does that
That's what it
well.
does.
Yeah, most part it's just a sticky web bot, but it can save me against a frost moth maybe. But yeah, webs plus Specs Glaceon is very hard to deal with. There, this mod has like no switch-ins, Glaceon.
I
The
noticed
only
that.
things that can resist, yeah, it's like you can go into your own Glaceon, you can go into Frostmoth, and you can go into Scorch, which is rare. And then Glaceon's also rare, so it's just Frostmoth basically most of the time. And I was running Toxic on it if that was gonna switch in. But other than that, like you just click freeze dry and it does a ton to everything. Mon has 130 special attack,
That's crazy.
and yeah, outspeeds everything under webs. Huge threat. Turtonator, I just used it on most teams because like it was just good.
It's a good late game
It was
sweeper.
also a good like one of the few good Galv checks. I would run kind of like a bulky one that could take a couple hits from Galv.
Like a sped
But
def
yeah,
one?
it's just HP invested.
Okay, yeah.
I had enough speed for like the base 85s after a shell smash,
Because you resist
and
both
then
stabs.
yeah, exactly.
And I think that came into
And
play
my set,
in the tournament.
I also ran yeah, probably yeah. I run quite a bit of HP investment on it, so it makes it decently bulky. But yeah, I also run spin on it, so it can kind of perform a couple of roles. But it is just a really threatening smasher as well in the late game.
Yeah, I noticed there's a lot of good roll compression in all your
Yeah,
games.
for sure.
And it feels like this month demanded that you would do like wacky stuff just to make things work.
Yeah, like this Turtonator set that I'm using, like pseudo defensive rapid spin
Show Smasher.
sweeper, like this is a November classic. You're not going to see this anywhere else. This is where you need to roll compress for like three different very specific niches. But yeah, Turtonator did that well.
And I'm glad.
And then Pincer,
Uh huh.
Pincer was just Pincer.
Yes.
Like
I'm
nothing really to say.
I'm
It's just
glad
good.
that Terminator like got its like shine because like I brought it. That's why I brought it into Perfect 35. But like,
It was good in Perfect 35, wasn't it?
oh,
Like a top
it's
mon.
one of the yeah. It's been one of the top mons in there. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to rotate it for the team builder health.
When I was looking at the Discord before we joined this, I saw you're rotating it for Meg Cargo,
Yeah.
which, which just feels like sad. Like that's
It's
no matter how much you believe in the snail, it's not doing it, man. Like maybe if you give it like Wonder Guard.
I'm not in that list specifically. I'm not giving it extra moves or stuff.
Oh
No,
no.
but I don't know. It's just so hard to find a healthy shell smasher or quiver dancer. It's
Yeah,
like they
it
either
is.
suck or they're too good.
Yeah, it usually just comes down to the speed tiers.
Yeah. So, like, I did a mistake with Terminator. That's why I'm like, I think my cargo actually has the speed tier that I'm looking for.
Tornado was too fast.
Yes, I didn't want Terminator to be faster than Archeops, but it was. So, whoops.
How fast is Archeops? That's kind of crazy.
350.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so.
So,
Huh.
um, anyways, go back to November. We can talk about Perfect after
Right,
if you
right,
want
right.
to, but um, yeah. So
Just talking about
just talk
Turtonator.
about Terminator. Yeah, we are. We are. But yeah, that's going back to Terminator. Okay. The reason why I was saying like glad that it got his time under the sun, because like every other time that it was available in Perfect 35, I mean not God, it's not perfect. 35
Yeah,
pokes.
it
It
sucked.
never
It was
did
super ass.
anything. It never did anything.
When else did it get rolled? I remember it
Um,
at least once, and it was like a mon that people wanted to do something, but
it's a cool mon. It's it's a cool mon in my opinion, but yeah, it just it never got a time to shine. So I'm like, ah, don't worry, I got you. Anyways, so speaking of threats, what's your opinion on the Overquill and Overchoreo ban? Because yeah, those were
well, I mean, I voted to quick ban both of them um when we voted on it, so I was in favor of it for sure. I think the Oricorio one might have been um a little controversial, but Overquill was like, just get that mon out of here because it's it's stupid.
I like.
Um,
Uh-huh.
the problem is the problem with Overquill was just that it was 85 speed in the meta where that was a premier speed tier, and then it just has so many other good traits that are normally balanced by mid speed. Like Dark Poison is just
It only has one
a
weakness.
broken typing. Yeah.
It only has one weakness.
And then of course it has Intimidate too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which essentially
Um
is like, oh, you wanna hit me with an earthquake? Too bad.
yeah, you got to hit it with an earth power. It's like the only move that's going to do anything. So yeah, that thing was broken. Honestly I think Oricorio would have been broken too cuz at the time that we quick banned it, Galv was not in the meta. So it was the fastest thing.
Yes.
Um and honestly Oricorio has already been fairly strong even when its speed was pretty mid, but just having it as that um top speed tier that can also quiver dance, like it didn't seem healthy.
Mm-mm. No. And if you look at the, you know, based on what got replaced and what got added, it's like, yeah, like there's no actual resist to both stabs. Like,
No. And you can't even play around it with scarfers
mm-mm.
because
It
yeah,
was already faster.
all the scarfers are yep.
So yeah, like if we had a Galvantula before the ban, maybe question mark. Just
I mean, even then it's like it quiver dances once and then it just cooks it with a fire move.
but does it live a thunder like a scarf thunder?
Well, Scarf, no, Scarf Galvantula. I mean, honestly, it might live a Thunder after a
It
Quiver
might,
Dance.
right? Like with probably some HP investment. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I think we did. I think we did good with the quick ban.
yeah, I
Anyways,
agree.
yeah, those mons were definitely the standouts. Um,
Yeah, I think we were a little
I
broken.
think we were also talking about Frostmoth in the list early on.
Yeah, and I voted to not ban Frostmoth, and I think that ended up being well. I think it wouldn't even be a controversial statement to say that was the right move because like Frostmoth wasn't even that great.
It was just there. It was pretty. It was decent enough.
It was decent, but it wasn't the omnipresent sweeper on every team that people thought it would be.
If anything,
Like,
Turtonator would have been better as an omnipresent.
yeah, exactly. Turtonator kind of took its place
Yeah.
later in the month.
Actually, are there any Pokemon in this month that you think were underused?
Well, I've mentioned Glaceon a lot. That's the number one underused mon. That thing was so much better than people knew. Um, Other than that, Gorgeist, people rated it decently, but I think that was really good actually.
Yes.
I think I underrated it a lot of the month too, till I used it, but yeah, this is a lot better than I gave it credit for.
Gorgeist XL. The moment I saw those letters, I went crazy because I was a Gen 6 PU player,
Yep, and that was in there.
and that was in there, and I hated it. It just never died. um, Gen 7 people would just use random like Z trick or treat, and it was just the most random thing, man. All I know is I grown to disdain, grown to disdain for it. Um, and when I saw in this list, I was like, ooh, I saw people's VR, and I'm like, you guys are insane. You do not understand what is staring at you right now. I'm like, all right.
Maybe it's better that way, honestly.
I'm glad that no. I was like, people. I think people were too asphyxiated with Spiritomb or something.
Spiritomb was good, but not defensively, to be honest.
Yeah.
People were trying too hard to make it like a defensive will-o-wisp guy,
When
but
you have Goregeist.
yeah, like I didn't ever really get it. Spiritomb was just so much better as a choice band user. It was actually really good in my
Offensively,
opinion.
yeah.
But
And with the
yeah,
sucker punch, like just having that,
like banded poltergeist in any situation is just
insane.
very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
I
then
think we covered most
yeah.
of the ground of what I wanted to ask you here. So, are there any thoughts that you have that you want to share?
Uh I didn't prepare for this.
Are there any?
I don't
I mean, we
know.
could keep talking about underused mons if you want, because clearly, I don't know about the usage because again, I didn't play a lot of November, but gumshoes.
Well, I do want to say, oh, I mean, gumshoes, it was funny. It was bad, but it seemed almost like it could be good. I believed in it for a bit, but no, I actually do have a statement on November, and that is Reuniclus. I know what it did to me in the finals. That thing's a complete bum. Like it's so ass.
And then still got
It
game
di-
one against you.
it did, but like I feel like if you put a Reuniclus on your team, it's like admitting to just rolling the dice in the matchup because there are so many bugs and it just gets shit on every game. Like, oh, they have a pincer and a spiritomb and a galvantula. But yeah, I was very
Don't forget the
disappointed
rock
in his
winded.
performance.
Um,
Oh yeah, yeah, that too, which is probably uh, I guess not worse, but
it's for your team, bro. Come on.
yeah, I know. It didn't help. So I guess it isn't really a check, but I also had no attacking moves. Oh yeah, right. I only added the sash on it after I got
Swept.
6-0'd. Yeah, because I would have been saved by having a
In that
sash.
game
That's
one, you
right.
definitely would have been saved.
I was just sitting there like bluffing the sash, seeing if he would like I don't even know waste all his PP or something. But yeah,
I have another statement. Poor Appleton.
yeah. Appleton was on the list.
Yes. Look, you're
Bro is so forgettable.
bro, bro didn't even get a chance. It's so funny because Appleton is actually getting used in the December beta. At least for like the sun setting. Because, I mean, it tanks things.
It was, it's
But
all
in
right
November,
in December.
yeah, in December has been alright. It's like a.
In November, there were just like on the tier list of grass types on you that you want on your team, Appleton was at the very bottom because you already wanted to have Serena probably, maybe Gorgeist. Uh, like I don't know how you fit in Appleton. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah. Like you really must want that fire resist or something.
Yeah, then
And
just
there's no
use a
need for that.
Turtonator. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that you were able to find coordinate with me so that we can make this happen.
Of
um,
course, of course. Definitely wasn't my fault that we did it a month late.
they won't know. They won't
Mm. Well, I did just tell them.
know.
So,
No.
no, no, no. Cut that part out.
All right. Are you actually still in the December tournament?
No, you didn't see
Oh
what
yeah, yeah. You
you
just
didn't
yeah
see
yeah
the
yeah yeah.
set?
Yeah, never mind.
I lost to Habada or however you say it.
I already said it's gonna be the Cruz versus Habada, and then Hunter proceeds to
Uh,
saying, "Hey,
did
don't
you did you
disrespect
did
me,"
you see
and then he gets eliminated. And I'm like, I told you it's gonna be the Cruz.
did you see the Crews lose
No.
to Eam?
Oh, just recently?
You have to watch that set,
Was that
dude.
just recently?
Yeah.
I that
So first
did
of
it
all,
happen today?
no, 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 that happened like a couple days ago.
What? I'm,
But like first of all, that matchup, like you got one of the goats versus someone who hasn't got a tournament win yet. So it already looks favored
mm-hmm.
to Cruz.
Right.
And then Eam in game three shows up with fucking mono ice
Yo,
and wins.
I mean,
Absolute legend.
dude, that's great.
I know.
That's great,
It was so good.
dude. Is Ian still in the tour?
Yep, he's in the finals. It's him versus Habada now.
Yo, I don't care about Habita. I want EM to win. I want EM to
Oh,
win so badly.
absolutely. Absolutely. I'm doing my best to help him prep.
Dude, I'm about to have him prep too. Yo, dude, our boy
I'm gonna be
Ian.
honest though,
Uh,
it looks grim.
it
Like
does.
Habita is
And
insane.
he is. But I do have a number on him. Um, but I mean, I might as well mention it. But yeah, I got very unlucky on on game one.
Mm.
That he was literally saying like that could have gone anyway. I'm like, yes, it sure did.
I think both of my both of my games against him were like that, just not with RNG, but they could have both gone either way. Like the first one, it basically came down to a scald burn,
Mm,
and then I didn't get the scald burn, but he outplayed me very well both games. It was like I brought a counter team for him, and then kind of still counter teamed him. Like I had a great matchup, but he still just won by outplaying me.
yeah,
So what could I do? Man's
he for
insane.
sure did outplay me when he did the moves that he needed to do. He sure outplayed me. So
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
no, yeah, he did. The times that I had the momentum, I got credit or missed or something like that, and then like yeah. when I lost the momentum, he just kept it. He literally kept it. I kept losing my backboarder. That's what it was. Personally, it was bad, very bad for me.
Yeah, I remember your set now.
Well, this has been great. This has been
Anyway,
great.
yeah,
We'll see. We'll see who I do an interview with next. Um,
it'll be
it'll
Eam.
be if it's Ian.
I'm
No
I'm
Mike.
telling
Let's
you.
just go. Um,
Yeah, it'll be a text interview.
text editor. All right. Well,
I hope,
do
man.
for real.
That would be
Our
that would be
boy, our
legendary.
boy since the
Yeah,
beginning. Let's go.
exactly. A fellow member of the wall.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Oh, I wasn't able to join that one. I know that somebody asked me.
The first PL.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I guess you weren't in it, yeah.
I definitely am gonna join the next one.
Hell yeah.
I'm definitely
Should be in
joining.
the next couple of months.
That'd be great. I'm actually excited for it. It's retro formats, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we might be doing current format too. Like
Mm-hmm.
that will potentially change, but you didn't hear it from me. May or may not happen.
May or may not happen.
We're still working things out.
Uh, use current as the tiebreaker. Um, that's my suggestion. Anyway, all right. I don't know how to cut this in, cut it out, however you say it. All I know is going to say, Shifty, thank you for joining me here. I'm glad that we got to get this interview done, get your insight,
Yep. Oh yeah. It's
and
been good.
it was very fun. So, all right. Well, later.
See ya.